We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hello, how's everybody doing out there? A little peasant chat. That's right. We're doing the peasant chat so poor people can actually have a say in the conversation of modern coyote and just muscle car stuff. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about my visit at Lund Racing for a couple of days. What to look for out in the next year. Obviously, I can't say too much. I learned a lot when I was up there. Like, I learned a shitload of what is to come, what has happened, what is gonna happen. And I'm not gonna talk too much about it because, you know, you don't want to jinx stuff. But it seems I'm full of optimism. That's one thing that happened when I went to Lund Racing. The optimism was there, and it was nice to see the guys. Nice to meet Devin. Devin's a good dude. So today we're going to talk to poor people on this Christmas edition of the Peasant Chat, where you guys can talk whatever. I'm sure you guys have been clamoring to say something during the week. I hope so, because if you're going to wait a whole week just to ask me stuff about Flex Tunes, that's too bad. All right, let's say thank you and hi to the sponsors that make the show possible. That's right, coming at you a little sponsor action. We got PMAS over in Michigan, probably negative 30 degrees up there because it sucks to live anywhere but Florida. It's cold down here, don't get me wrong, but tomorrow's gonna be like 70 something, so we're good. Two Auto Solution, Rami's head on Two Auto Solutions down in Puerto Rico. He's gonna start to get into the everyday car driver game, I feel, because he sees the light. El vio la luz. Two Auto Solutions, Rami's head on Parts Farm, thepartsfarm.com. I need a set of pedals. 11 to 14 manual pedal assembly and the cylinder, the whole 9 yards to get the GT500 going back to stick. Don't My God Cookies, domygotcookies.com, domygotcookies_LLC, and Caliber Transmission, calibertransmission.com. We're going to go ahead and get with him. Hopefully he can take pictures of the trans that I'll be using very soon. I think you guys will really like the choice of transmission. It's good stuff. And also I want to give a little DNA High Performance plug, even though they mostly sponsor the Tuesday show. I'd like to make sure that DNA High Performance, DNAHighPerformance.com gets a nice mention on the channel, so we can, oh my lord, what the fuck did I do? So we'll get after that. Let's see how the people will talk some shit. Fresh Pastelazo and Fresh Pastelazo, which is like the same guy. Homestead Johns, it's literally the same guy. Coyote Kelly, Angel Puerto Rico. Taruvi Ate woke up and Santa didn't have shit for him except maybe a MIG welder. I hope he got you a MIG welder. Holy shit, you're gonna die in that car. Agent Orange, Clean 93, GT, Godfather, JD, Swag, Mandeep Singh in the house. I saw the little tree he put up with the chips. It's pretty funny. 2000 MCR, Corey B, Michael Locks, Dunn 523, Payaso Racing, Douche did it, Shiesty Built, Peasant Chat, JPL Performance, Texas Size Gap says Merry Christmas Steel, JPL says Merry Christmas, Santa Gotta Go Fast says yo, finally made one. One Slow 4.6, good morning everyone, Merry Christmas to everyone. Tony Dominguez, Sup Peasants, The Real, Captain Nipple, okay, Merry Christmas, Huncho James, modified by Nick, Slow, S550 Slow, and then nothing else, Slow _ S550 Meek, Alex Vallejo, Aqua Control, Patrick A, been a member for 4 months, Lex Luthor, what's up bro, hope you're hanging in there, Matt DF 98, Mike Bravo, and the puro pinche 956 a la verga, cuz.
Puro pinche 956 a la verga.
Bill Incognito 5-liter beater, Santa Gotta Go Fast. Douche did it. So some Christmas funds by the little lady. Cheesecake, bro. She bought me this badass telescope, dude. I gotta buy her a car now or something because she got me this. I'm a big space psycho. You guys don't know. I don't even talk about it here because y'all be like, oh, this is fucking gay. Let's talk about Flex Tunes and Trompeta intake. So I don't even talk about it on this channel. ZR, what? More cubes, more boost. More pubes, more boost. Redbird the Wolf, Shiesty, Abdullah of Patrick, and Zane. Merry Christmas, Theo Alex, Stoop Kid. Merry Christmas. And Cliff Elmore Turviate said, it took me a while to realize that if you got coal for Christmas, your only gift to get a milli gets thrown into the fire. Oh, my Lord. Rated SVT. All right. Merry Christmas, Alex. What'd you get Tony for Christmas? Another year here and food, because that dog owes me more than anything. So when I went to Lund Racing, you know, it's nice to catch up with the guys. A lot of optimism. We learned a lot about engine stuff, engine building, future plans. Where is tuning going? And I wanted to pose a question to you guys because, there's a lot of poor guys here. So let's just say theoretically, because look, the EPA, these are the options with the EPA. The EPA is either going to shut it all down or we play nice with the EPA. That's the way I look at it, right? And that's the way I think the industry is going to go. We either play nice with the EPA because the other option is them shutting us down. Everybody. I'm saying tuning in general, not just Lund Racing. I'm saying tuning in general. So would you be willing to register your vehicle and mod parts, also your mileage on your vehicle in order to keep racing the way it is? Really think about the answer. Really think about the answer. If racing can stay the way it is right now, and you drive less than 5,000 miles a year, are you willing to register all your mods, your VIN number? By the way, they already got that shit, man. Are you willing to register everything just like guns? I get it. Not everybody registers the GAT and the Blick and the honey bun and the banana clip. I get it. Not everyone registers that stuff. But if the EPA was to say, we either shut you all the way down or we make some kind of registry so that you can go ahead and stay racing, limit your mileage per year to under 3,000 or 5,000 miles, and you're Gucci. You're not affecting the environment adversely. You're not going to go ahead and you're not daily driving your twin turbo out the hood dumb shit. You're using that as your race car and you have a daily that you go to and from work and put the most amount of mileage, or you have an electric car that you daily, but you register with the EPA and say, I have long tube headers, off-road H-pipe. Right, John DiNapoli, but guess what? What's the alternative? What's the alternative? I'm just asking the question. The alternative is everyone's illegal. Everyone is breaking the law. Everyone can get shut down. Tuning becomes ridiculously expensive. Let's bring it to the gun argument. Let's say tomorrow, guns are illegal. Every guy that owns a gun is now breaking the law. Hypothetical. Now they can legally come at you and get shit, and I get it. You guys are gonna fight back, and I get it. Come and take them from my cold dead hands. I get it. But let's just say that's the case. Or they say, keep your blick, register it, and we need to know who's got what. So would you rather keep your gun and the government knowing where you got the gun, what guns you got, or it's illegal? So when it comes to tuning, you can't get tuned unless it's illegal. So what would happen if guns are 100% illegal and you wanted to purchase a gun? Is it going to become really difficult to get a gun? Oh, yeah. Is it going to become really expensive to get a gun? Oh, yeah, because the guy providing the gun is going to have a inherent risk of giving you something that's illegal. Well, let's talk about tuning. Let's say tuning becomes illegal. Modifying your ECM, ECU, whatever becomes illegal. Do you still want to race? Do you still want to tune your car? Do you still want to modify your vehicle? Do you still want to do this? Do you still want to do that? Well, are you willing to pay the extra cost because it's now illegal? So if the alternative is register your shit, keep your mileage under 5,000 miles a year so you don't adversely affect the environment, then would you be willing to do that? Now, there is no mechanism that says, fuck the EPA, get them out of there, they're gone. Once government institution puts something in place, it never takes it away. It never takes it away. When was the last time a government had some kind of sunset clause on something and actually stuck to it? Never. Probably never. So when it comes to the EPA, you think they're going to get less intrusive in the matters of pollution or whatever, or Gaia? I'd love for a solar flare just to go, whoopah, see, motherfucker? That's what really matters here, not your car with a cam-loped idle tune. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys say about that. I could put up a poll, but I know how half of you think. Half of you are retarded, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being retarded. You can bag groceries, do whatever the hell you want. But we need people that think in a way of like, let's make sense. If everybody was able to tune and make money and tune cars, but you have to register with the EPA, would you do it? Yes or no? We'll talk about that a little bit. Also, I saw a Camaro, hybrid Camaro, going around Sebring. I want to show you that video. It was interesting. So Hendrick Motorsports built a NASCAR style Camaro hybrid, and it sounds like it has a sequential. And just listen, imagine if this became some kind of racing that's not necessarily 24 hours of Le Mans, but like something that you saw on NASCAR like a lot. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on, Alex. Display capture. Oh, no. Are we doing this thing again with the display capture? Oh, come on. Get out of here with this bullshit. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, thank God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I was going to say I don't want to go through that bullshit again. Here we go. Listen to this thing, guys. I wonder if that's ever going to become a thing with, NASCAR like all the time. I don't think so. I think what's going to end up happening is the same shit that happens all the time. They do gay shit and they do gay stuff, and guys that are semi-racist get to race, and it's all good. But it's cool to see a sequential NASCAR thing, doing some testing for the 24 Hours of Le Mans and looking all crazy with the arrow, sounding crazy, and it's hybrid. I'm down with that shit 100%. Hunter James says, no, I never registered my mods to be taxed to death with every little thing, paying fines, driving my own car. So plan B is you go to jail. Huncho, you go to jail. We cool? We Gucci? We good? We good, right? We good? You go to jail. They take your shit, they impound your shit, you go to jail. That's the alternative. Because the EPA is not going to give up power. I say fuck the EPA, get them the fuck out of here. But we know that's not going to happen. You saw what happened with Cletus and his track thing. He thought he was going to be able to fight the government, and they just let him talk for 5 hours, and they still voted against his shit. Nothing government institutes gets taken away. Period. So what are you going to do? Are you just going to? I get it. Most people that own guns don't register all their guns. They register 2 or 3. Then they keep the rest like under their bed or whatever the fuck they do. But when it comes to the EPA stuff and staying in business, remember, I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. Imagine gun manufacturers go out of business tomorrow and you can't pick up your new gun that makes you feel great. I don't even understand. I'll be honest with you guys. When someone buys a gun and posts it on Facebook, I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, I don't get it. It's like saying, look at my dick. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, if I have a gun, you'll never know. How do you know I don't? You'll never know I have a gun. You'll never know. The only time you'll know is when it's like this. Get the fuck out of my house. Oh, that's the last thing you'll see. A nice bright flash. They're following England and Europe on all this environmental bullshit. Yeah, I don't care about Tour Viate. No, it's open door for inspections, unannounced inspections, and tickets. Okay. Did you see Cleated got beat by the starlet? No. No. I don't watch any of his stuff, guys. You got to understand. You guys think that I make fun of the guy and I watch every single little thing he does. No fucking way. The only thing I watch is to see if it's newsworthy for the show and in the industry. And because I live in Florida and Bradenton Motorsports Park might close in 5 years because of people moving in, then it's newsworthy. But do you think I'm going to watch his Christmas tree race and shit? You fucking psycho? Guys, I'm not that guy. Maybe you guys make fun of him and you watch every single little thing he does. I'm not a stan like that. I have a Gen 1 with long tubes and full exhaust. All the things happening right now makes me think even having a performance call at all. I get it. I want to make all those noises all the way to Publix getting groceries. Any mod equals right to jail meme, right? I'm fully fine with hybrid tech. It's the best of both worlds, especially the hydrogen hybrid. Turvey will be going toe-to-toe with that Camaro and Bicephalus. Yeah, Turvey can't go toe-to-toe with a bone stock V8 2-valve. I'd be so pissed if I couldn't pick up a new gun that makes me, and he's gone, that makes me feel great. I'd be so pissed. I think he tried to delete it, but I caught it in time. I'd be so pissed if I couldn't pick up a new gun that makes me feel great. 5,000 a year is easy when you're in Michigan and can't drive 5 months of the year. Only thing I've registered is my suppressors, and you have to do that and pay a $200 tax. Right. So let's say I run a channel, and the channel is highly dependent on the vehicles I have. Not the industry I'm in, the vehicles I have, because I have enough knowledge up here to do stuff to it and show you guys some mods. So let's say the EPA tomorrow said all mods are illegal unless you register them. Do you think I'm going to give up the money that I make per month because of righteousness? Or do I say, well, homie's got to eat, so let me register my vehicles with them, let me pay the tax, and stay in business? Whatever. I don't either. Was on 1320. Got it. Alex has a baseball bat for now, but he's got a Law 80 hidden somewhere. Yeah, people, if I had stuff, guys, if I had guns, do you think any of you guys would know it? Do you think I'd bring it into work and show you my gun? Hey guys, look at this gun I got. Ooh, oh. Look at this, look at the thing, look at the grip. Oh, look at the finish on it. Ooh, look at the engraving. Oh, no. You'll never know it. You'll literally never know it. That's the point. Isn't that the point of having a gun? So motherfuckers don't know you're packing? Like, I don't understand people that go out there and go. It's like, to me, it's like building a sleeper car. Right? You build a sleeper so no one knows you got some badass shit under the hood. But if you go out there with bigs and littles and a stock fucking motor, you're just showing off at that point. Hatch says, I'd rather register if mods were legalized. We already lost the fight with the EPA. Lost it. They aren't going to go anywhere unless politicians stick up for whatever happens. Did you see what happened with the RPM Act? Nothing. It did not get introduced into this Congress, and it didn't even get introduced into the omnibus bill. Motherfuckers got money for Ukraine, but the RPM Act didn't go through. And why didn't it go through? Because it does not address the guys that drive on the street. I repeat, the RPM Act does not address the motherfuckers that are on the street right now. What are you going to do about those, SEMA? What are you going to do about those, PRI? You're pushing something that says cars with a VIN can be converted to race cars only. In the same breath, going to a drag and drive event. You stupid motherfuckers. Fuck you, SEMA. Fuck you, PRI. Oh man, well that's just the first step. The first step in what? The moment the Congress people start poking holes in that act, it all falls apart. All you have to have is a guy that's halfway knowledgeable about cars and say, let me ask you a question, Antron Brown. What if I want to take my Z01 Camaro, put a pulley, E85, and an off-road exhaust? Do you think that should be able to be done? Antron Brown has to say no. When everybody else is going to say, hell fucking yes. That's the whole point of the RPM Act. So how do we address the people that are gonna mod the car and drive it on the street? They don't. In the RPM Act, they have no provisions of saying cars that have said mods and are registered and race have to be registered with something. Maybe have a registry with the EPA. They have to verify their mileage and keep it with under 5,000 to lessen the impact on the environment. No, they had no provisions for it. Meanwhile, Yee boys are out there with exhaust coming out of the hood on a car that was made after 1972. Do you see how fucking stupid the RPM Act was? And it was a dud. It was DOA from the get-go. That's why it failed. It didn't address the really simple questions of what are you going to do about guys that want to mod their street car? What you got? Oh, you got me a coffee. Thank you very much, young lady. They were open? That one? Damn. Dunkin' Donuts coming through on Christmas. You know that one's owned by an Indian guy. Because they don't believe in that shit. They believe in like 15 elephants and shit. I don't know what the fuck they believe. Mandeep, what do y'all believe in anyway? Did they have food? Yeah, your muffin's here. Nice. Got a muffin. Thank you. So anyway, I guarantee the EPA has watched this channel just like Chevy did when they didn't understand it. That's the reason I talk that shit. I guarantee the EPA has gone, this motherfucker's out there talking all that shit. We're going to gather information. Hey, EPA, fuck you. But at the same time, we're going to do shit. So we either work together or you can go suck a dick and people are still going to do it. And you're going to have to enforce the law to individuals. If you get rid of a company, if you get rid of the ability to tune, people are still going to fucking do it. So then, how would it look if the EPA is going after Turuviate Racing welding upside down? Let's say you show up to his single wide, okay? And you get on his concrete pad and you go to the backyard and you go, is this Turuviate Racing? He's like, yeah, what's the fucking problem, bro? I don't want you breathing down my fucking neck, narc. Yeah, you are under arrest for modifying your... Well, Larry, what's he got? Hold on. Wait, is this right? A V6? He's modifying a V6. I think so. Guys, I think he's retarded. I don't think we should. Okay. Under the Clean Air Act, we place you under arrest. God, he's got a V6. He's got a V6. Oh my God! Look at the roll cage. Holy shit! This guy's stupid. We are gonna get destroyed on social media. Yep, you're gonna go after a guy with Down syndrome that welds upside down because he violated the Clean Air Act on his upside down cage welded V6 Mustang with radiator hose splatter on the engine bay. Good job, motherfucker. How is that gonna look when you go door to door hitting up guys that simply want to mod their fucking cars? That's gonna be a really bad look, EPA. And people are gonna, because what do you hate more than anything? Bad press. Hell, the FBI is getting drug on fucking Twitter. How do you think you're gonna get drug on Twitter? How do you think the EPA is going to look when you go after retards, literal ones, that just want to mod their V6? Does Turvey mean hanging with because he doesn't got... Okay. What did John DiNapoli say? Because John DiNapoli is a smart guy. Where is he at? Oh, yeah. He's before. They let him keep building the clapped out V6 because they know he'll never finish it. Where do I rat him out at? Want a question like the other rats in the industry? You and the Lund start a lobbying group, get donations, funding, industry, and folks will retire early, swamp. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this industry is so retarded, Scott Andrews, that if we lobby for a mechanism to have a registry and have it legal and leave us alone, meaning let's say because somebody has to be a martyr. Somebody has to be a martyr, and the martyr never wins. He dies. But he dies for the good of everyone else. Is that going to be me? Fuck no. I know what happens to people like me that stand up for the right thing. We fucking die. And the other motherfuckers benefit. And they forget about the fact that people like me are out there talking all that shit. But guess what? You're quiet, right? You're quiet. You haven't said anything. You haven't saber rattled. And you still got a letter, didn't you? You still got a letter, didn't you? Did you not receive a letter? Did you not go to the mail and see a little reminder that motherfuckers know who you are? But you weren't doing nothing wrong. You weren't talking, and you still got a letter. So this has to be rectified. And unfortunately, the RPM Act did not address the elephant in the room, which is street cars that are modified. That's the elephant in the room. Do you think we're really going to go stand behind something that simply states that you can make a VIN vehicle a race car so that the headers can be made, so that no, guys, it's going to be on the street. We are on the street. We are driving. So we either limit the mileage, register our race cars with these people, register our mods with these people, or be fugitives. Fuck it. That's how it's going to be. You were right about rats in the industry. When the people like the N-Gage got shut down, but any tuner under Holly's umbrella can still do what they want. I mean, it only took me a month to build my four point from scratch, weld the rest together, and hit it with a couple of gussets. It was easy, but took longer than I thought. Are you bragging that it took you a month to build a 4-point roll cage? They'd make sure he's wearing his helmet. Black Cobra. They never published the number of performance and or modified vehicles to non-performance vehicles on the road. The dismissal of the benefits of E85 when it comes to emissions raised eyebrows also. Correct. So, you know, I'm sure gun guys right now are yelling at the screen going, that's exactly the gun argument. People aren't educated on it. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. People with mental illness are more likely to cause mass shootings than people just that go deer hunting. And I agree. But the problem is, they don't care. So, for every yee shithead and sideshow guy, there has to be a guy like me or someone in the industry that's gonna defend modifying your vehicle, even if it's for those fucking retards that do drag and drive events and shove it in your face and think that they're not causing issues. What do you think about drag and drive events? Do you think that's helping the RPM Act? Like SEMA and PRI. You know how stupid you looked? Do you know how, do you have a PR department? Do you have a PR department, SEMA or PRI? Do you know how fucking stupid you looked supporting drag and drive events at the same time telling people to support the RPM Act? Like, legendarily stupid. Like, the dumbest thing, it's almost as, I'm trying to bring up an example of a gun case. Let's say you were, let's say you wanted to outlaw semi-automatic weapons, which is like every weapon. What does semi-automatic mean? Boom, 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 boom. Fully automatic. Brrr. Okay? So let's say you're dumb. And you say, well, we don't want to support semi-automatic weapons. And you're in Congress stating that they'll only be used, weapons of war. And then at the same time, you're sanctioning a competition where it's all that, semi-automatic shit. I'm trying to make a good example. It's probably not coming off good. But what I'm saying is saying that factory cars can be made into a race car only, non-road legal vehicle. And then in the same breath supporting drag and drive events is legendarily stupid. Sports cars, less than 1% of vehicles on the road, modded roughly 30% of 1% amount. Model 3 year last alone offsets emissions of race cars are modded or not. Look, what needs to happen for this bullshit to go away is a sun flare. All right, that'll take care of 90% of the bullshit that they're talking about. Let's say the sun decides to act up one day and go, Bleh! And we get hit with an EMP style fucking thing. And we're reminded that in the grand scheme of the cosmos, we ain't shit. All these lawmakers are going to go, well, what are we going to do about solar flares? Why don't you pass a law to do something about black holes, stupid? That's how it's going to be. So we need to be reminded by nature that all the laws we pass are stupid and dumb because all nature has to do is sneeze a fucking solar flare at us and we are fucking gone. We are vaporized from existence. I think that needs to happen. And an earthquake. 4 hours to... Okay. Oh my God, he's talking too much. See, I don't want this to become the Turviate hour. I want to talk to normal people. They'll never be able to stop Turvey and his 2 hammers. Guys, guns are right. Cars are a privilege. Yeah. But John DiNapoli, and I'm not a gun guy, but I'm not anti-gun either, but let's be honest. Their argument is this. Back in the day, you wanted to be able to arm yourself. And back then, there was muskets and cannons. Now you got, you got banana clip. You saw that kid get run over at a sideshow and he stuck out something and he had a, I'm like, I'm okay with that kid not having that bullshit at a sideshow. So, whatever. Notching with the Dremel. Oh my God, stop. They call AR-15 assault rifles, right? Isn't it Armalite? It's not assault rifle. Like when people go AR, it's not like assault rifle. It's like Armalite or something like that. It's a brand, I think. Right, what are they going to do? Ban solar flares? I would love for that to happen. Boomer says, just tuning in, Merry Christmas, Alex, and everyone in the chat. So I think we're going to have to be open to registering our vehicles with the EPA. That sucks because I don't want to fuck with government. I don't give a shit. This is what I want. I want it to be legal. I want it, and if it needs to be taxed, fine. But I want to be able to have a job doing what I love. And what I love is modifying vehicles to make them perform better. That's what I'm good at. That's what I am passionate about. That's what I care about. On Christmas Eve, I spent it under a car putting a cap back in. Okay? That's what I enjoy doing. And if I'm not, and that's what I get paid to do. And if I'm not allowed to do that, then what am I going to do? If you take that away from me, what am I going to do? And if I have to pay a tax to do it, I'll pay the tax. As opposed to not doing it. That's the option. So we either got to play ball or we say, we can't do it no more. And a lot of you, Mel Gibson, Patriot type motherfuckers, Braveheart motherfuckers, fucking death or freedom. And when faced with that decision, you won't choose death. You'll fucking comply. You will comply so fucking fast. Alex loves to play his devil's advocate. I do. I do. Because I need you guys to think critically. There's a lot of this groupthink stuff happening out there. Like, it's gun guys, gun guys do it too, where it should be their way or no way. And I'm sorry, there's a happy medium. There's a happy medium with everything. I understand you don't want government intruding, and I don't want government intruding on your rights. I also don't want, Hernando Rodriguez at a sideshow with a banana clip and a honey bun. Just because he can. I'm sorry. Why'd you gotta be Mexican? Okay, Alejandro Flores. I don't want an Ez at a sideshow in the middle of the sideshow get clipped by an IS-300 and then he, with his banana clip, does dumb shit. Race car will be a tax stamp. Muskets were the AR-15s of the day. I miss members chat only already. Exactly. See, that's why now you guys will see why peasant chats are only best left for Sunday. Because what was happening was this dumb shit. Teruviate talking the dumb shit and people chiming in. And I'm like, no. The other chats are nice and tight. Do you think this will increase or decrease the prices of aftermarket parts? It will increase them. But guys, you'll pay. During COVID, nobody had a job. Nobody had a job during COVID. Record number of orders, sales, and tunes. A fucking record. Ridiculous. Y'all stayed home, racked up Affirm accounts and credit cards to go racing. You guys will pay. If headers are $3,000 and those are the only headers you can find, you will either buy a welder and make your own or buy the fucking headers. Armorlight, correct. Thank you. Oh my God. Boiler Attack was good to see on the ZR1. Different than all the other Corsa setups. Awesome bid. Yes, I wasn't going to do Corsa. I talked to Brian Luna. Shout out to Brian Luna. Gave me a great deal on that exhaust. I hit him up first. Rami's my guy for clutches. Look, I like to spread the wealth around a little bit. I get fuel systems from Jake. I wanna help everyone that has helped me. Okay, so Jake's gonna get me a fuel system for the white car. Keith Ray's gonna build my motor. Ben Calmer's gonna build the transmission. Mexico Racing League, Brian Luna, Aces got me the Borla exhaust. Rami Zaidan is gonna get me a monster clutch and the headers. I like spreading it around. I think social media and the recording and uploading of the racing Catalyst mod sideshows really put the battery in the EPA. Can't argue when the EPA can quickly pull up the video evidence for them. Correct. We are so stupid. We record crimes. We record us doing dumb shit for clout. And, guys, the feds have done that to rappers their whole life. Look at what happened with, what's the guy that went to jail and then he just recently had a guy snitch on him? YSL or whatever. Those guys were out there rapping about the shit they did. And the feds were like, got it. Yeah, we have evidence that you killed Pookie. What you mean I killed Pookie? Play the song. Actually, he was acquitted of the crime. But Gucci Mane was talking about what happened with a guy that tried to shoot him, right? So he made a song with Gucci Mane made a song with Lil Durk, right? And in his verse, he's talking about how Pookie tried to run up on him and he took care of business, but he was not guilty because it was self-defense. But he rapped about it. Feds are listening to the music. They'll build a case and use it against you. And we're out there, flames, burbles, flames, this and that. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, guys? Shut the fuck up. I wish they just put more expensive gas guzzler tax on sports cars and shut the power-hungry mouth. Alex Pacino, long live the peasants. If we don't follow the rules, they'll just shut it down all the way. That's what I say. I deadass thought you would go Corsa over the vet. Alex, you said it correct. In all the businesses, if you didn't make the money in COVID, you're never going to make it. If you did not make record profits during COVID, your business needed to completely be revamped. Everybody made record profits during COVID in the automotive and racing industry. I missed you the live chats to comment on, but I joined anyway. I'm a member, so I can say Alex owes me something. They want to make it so expensive to mod that it will not because of the cost. Peasant Chat shows how uncommon common sense really is. Guys, you're telling me it's going to become too expensive to go boosted, that only people that have money go boosted? I'm down with that shit. You mean I don't have to see these guys with tin can gutted 6-second 60 to 130 cars, and that's all they're good at, 60 to 130. They're not good in the quarter mile, and they're not good top end. They're only good 60 to 130, and that's all they brag about. 10R80 NA cars are only good 60 to 130. Drag racing, they ain't shit unless they got a converter and launching at 8,000 RPMs. I'm good with that. Borla usually is adult exhaust. No, usually. Thugga, Young Thug, thank you. Gunna. Young Thug and Gunna rat on Young Thug. Young Thug, YSL. All exhaust sounds amazing too. Gunna, Free Thug. Became a member so I can contribute to the GT500 overhaul. Thank you. Look, I appreciate that. The best thing you guys could do for me to support the channel is become a member for like $5 a month. And you get all the member videos. You get to talk on every single chat, including the Sunday chat, but exclusively you get to chat on every other chat. And I usually release the videos first to the members, but the last two I've released out there because I don't think they were that crucial. But I wanted to just get it out there and get the max viewing audience ASAP. Because I think what happens is, if I release it to the members first, then make it live to everyone else, YouTube throttles it way the fuck back. So the best thing you could do to help a brother out on this channel and grow, become a member. That's it. Plain and simple. How does complying with the EPA and signing up on registry help anyone except the shops? Well, bro, get out of here, bro. Ricky Clothes Band. Let's say you want to go racing. And you can't find shit. Can't find headers. Can't find nitrous. Can't find blowers. can't find tuning, can't find wheels, can't find anything. Now, let's say you pay a smaller tax and register your vehicle with the EPA or something similar. Not that I want to do that, but that's the alternative. And you can buy exhaust, buy wheels, buy headers, buy nitrous. That's the options. It's not going to be, oh, I can only go through shops. Where the fuck did you make that leap? Patrick A says, my business did really good and never shut down because of COVID. I got lucky as fuck. Fishing, by the way. Damn. Yeah, I agree. Doing a donut in the Hellcat and Trackhawks with your blicky hung out the window is the entire case for the EPA. The cost will weed out most of the people. And the EPA is not going to make a distinction between you and I going racing on a side street with our Fox bodies versus these guys with doing sideshows and crashing into shit and taking people out. They're going to go, hey, we're trying to stop this. And I'm like, no. That's not us. We don't do that shit. We just race in a straight line like gay guys and come back and talk about how we raced in a straight line like gay guys. Well, racing is racing. And that's the problem. The sideshow stuff gets lumped into drag racing and we lose. What clutch you planning installing on the 01 once you make 700 plus horsepower? Whatever someone like Greg recommends or Rami. I think it's like a monster clutch or something like that. Abdullah Al-Kiahbari coming at you. Abdullah Al-Kiahbari. Yeah. He's probably born here and I'm just like being a total asshole. You got to pay to play. It always has been like that. Nothing like setting yourself up for failure. Turvey should get blocked again. Merry Christmas, Alex, and everyone just tuning in. Good morning, buddy. He says, Wonder Racing. Hey, let me know when you get that motor, Keith Ray. I sent it Thursday, so it should be there Monday, Tuesday. And I know I'm not expecting anything. But do me a favor, Keith Ray. Take it all apart and take as many photos. Wipe your lens, and take them horizontal or vertical, whatever. Because I want to be able to show what damage there is or isn't. I'm hoping there's minimal, but if there's a lot, we got to do what we got to do. So yeah, just do me a favor and take as many photos as possible. If you want to take video clips and explain what you see, that would be awesome too. And I can use it on a chat. I want to make sure people see what Wonder Racing can do. Wonder Racing is a killer outfit. He is also tied into a guy who does chassis work, Morning Glory Motorsports. I think that's what it's called. And I'd like to eventually get the Fairmont worked on up there, but an unexpected bill came about, so GT500 gets the sauce first. Rick only heard complying and said, Bald Eagles cleaner derp! Free people don't ask for permission. That's a terrible compromise. I'm saying, okay, cool. Jail. Right? Huncho? Jail, right? You good with that? You good with that? You good with driving a modified, let's take hypothetical. Driving a modified vehicle without being registered? Hell, why register your car? Actually, Huncho James, do you have insurance on your car? Do you have your car registered with a government agency? Huncho James, you're free. You're free. Why'd you register your car? Why did you insure your car? Why do you pay property tax? Why do you pay sales tax, Huncho James? Oh, I'm sorry, you're free. You don't ask for permission. Cool. So take the registration and cancel it on your vehicle. Cancel your insurance because you're free. You don't ask for permission. Let's see how that fucking goes. Go ahead. Everyone on the chat that thinks they're a fucking top G. Take your registration on your car, cancel it, and drive on the street. Let's go. Let's see who's about that life. Oh, you can't? Because a cop will pull you over and take your shit? That's what I'm saying. A similar situation, but for modified vehicles. I get it. It sounds awful. Holy shit. This is, Yandro Ilaha, Eric Cool Corporation. How you doing, brother? I can't wait to see your car back out there because, in my opinion, your car is one of the few cars that I still consider semi-street. Like everything else is gone. Super sucked in front end. Marilat this. And your car generally still maintains a lot of street to me. And it's one of the better stick cars out there. Like, I respect the guys that do it stick shift regardless. But what I respect more, and I'm not saying you might have changed this, but what I respect more is guys that can do a 30-mile cruise and run 7 seconds many times back to back in a stick shift car. That to me is top G status. Huncho James, dude, that fight is over. We have no fight that anymore. No one fought when we needed it. Exactly. Huncho, in for that jail, bitch, yo. Peasant question here. Low mileage Gen 2 car because they're way cheaper, or is it worth to buy a Gen 3? Depends on what you want to do. NA Gen 3. Boost. And go Gen 2. Timothy Garena says, welcome to Puti Level. And by the way, Leandro said, Keith Ray's gay. I'm not going to take stuff from Walmart and not pay because I'm free. Yeah, fuck you. Bro, I don't ask permission. I go to Walmart and take what I need. Free people don't ask permission. I go to Walmart, take my shit, and bounce. What you looking at? Oh, you want me to pay for those sneakers? I'm free. I'm a sovereign citizen. Fuck you. Here's the Declaration of Independence. No, motherfucker. He's going to billy club you over the fucking head and said, you stole. I love these people. I love these people that talk about freedom, that talk about they're about that life. Meanwhile, you pay your sales tax like a good boy. You pay your property tax like a good boy. You register your vehicle with a government agency and inspect it like a good boy. Please shut up when you're coming with this righteous bullshit and your actions say different. Stop it. All I'm suggesting is, what do you guys think if we do a similar thing with the EPA and they limit your mileage a year? I don't drive any of my vehicles more than 5,000 miles a year. That's why I got a lot of vehicles. I can technically drive 40,000 miles a year with all the vehicles. Huncho James, where you at? Yeah, Huncho. Did you just go to Walmart? I'm in Florida. No, he means where you at. Like, how come you ain't talking about? Did you pay for your last thing you got at Walmart? Did you pay? Why? You're free. You don't ask permission. We might get version of TUV in America like they have in Germany. Air It Up says, or Leandro says, I will still be full street driven, alternator, radiator, all of it. I love you. Again, nothing against the Billy Badass motherfuckers that have strain gauges and don't have, they run on methanol. Yeah, well, you might run on methanol, but it has a cooling system. Street to me. Okay, so the really fast guys on stick shift, they're losing people like me. And again, I'm a nobody. Who cares, right? But when you have a front end that is sucked in and spindle mounted, not street. So stop saying streetcar. When you have a Fox body front end in your S550, when you have running on methanol, that shit ain't street. Sorry. Methanol only. No radiator. That shit ain't street. So you lose people like me. Because I like to be able to at least drive my car to Cars and Coffee. If you can't drive your Billy Badass stick shift car to Cars and Coffee 25 miles away, that's my definition of streetcar. What do you mean, Alex? That's stupid. Why is it stupid? If I'm able to register it in my state, able to drive it without some exotic fuel, idle fine, not explode, go to Cars and Coffee, hang out with my boys, and drive it back, that's a streetcar. If you can't do that, it's not a streetcar. You can literally go to jail for window tint if the cop wants to haul you to jail. Sovereign citizens exist to make YouTube clips. We are a free country, not anarchists. Freedom always has a price, my boy. Right, Billy Club. Oh, sir, where do you got there? I got my Dark Horse wine. Why? You got to pay for that. Oh, hold on. I'm a sovereign citizen. Do you have an ID? Yep. Do you have insurance on your vehicle? Yep. Did you register your vehicle? Yep. Do you pay property tax? Yep. Shut up. That's why I have 6 registered vehicles too. 40,000 miles a year. What vehicles haven't we seen? Truck, GT500, Corvette, Notch, and the white car. That's actually 20,000. 5 times 4, 4,000. 25. Yeah, you're right. My math sucks. Wonder Racing touches tips with Yandro. 508. Josh says, Merry Christmas, poor people. We'll watch the replay. I'm going to walk into ESS warehouse and take a G3X because freedom. Yep. 30-mile cruise is streetcar. 508 Josh gave me $20. Thank you very much. And Nat Juice has 8 cars here. So if you're a sovereign citizen and you're free and you don't need to register with anybody, like fuck the EPA, go ahead and go to Walmart and just take something. See how that goes. Free sovereign citizen. But I'm married. I know something they don't. Proceeds to get arrested. Right. I love those guys. Now there are guys that do the audit, the police stuff, and I think they're very good. I think it serves a good purpose. That's why I don't think I'll ever become a cop. Right? I was in line to become a cop in a young age. And eventually you find out that people generally fucking suck and they have a lot of rights and you just can't billy club motherfuckers. You just can't. And why be a cop if I can't just shoot you in the leg or something? Or run red lights? Like, I don't understand why you'd want to become a cop nowadays. They hate you. Everyone's saying fuck 12. If anything happens, you got to follow orders. You see a guy doing something, you can't billy club him. You can't shake him down. You can't, steal. It's not cool to be a cop anymore. You got to like follow the rules and shit. And if a guy comes up to you and says, fuck you, pig, you can't do anything. You go, yes, sir. Here's my badge number, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Flores. And he can fuck with you. No, thank you. What's the plan for the F-150? So the F-150 recently got a muffler. I fixed the starter. Actually, Jake fixed the starter. Jake, I helped Jake out with some tuning stuff. And he's like, whatever you need, let me know. And I'm like, I don't need anything. So he's like, hey, bring the truck down. I'll fix it up for you. I'm like, oh, okay. So he put a starter in it, put a battery in it, and put an exhaust in it. Now it is a quiet, nice truck again. And I'm like, maybe a blower and nice and quiet sounds good. But I haven't heard anything from ESS, and I understand it takes a very long time to develop a kit. I get it. But it is also just sitting there, and I'm not using the truck except to maybe tow once in a while. But now that I have the GT500 and the Corvette, I might start towing the cars to Orlando to race in Orlando. Why Orlando? It's a lot closer than BMP. And nowhere near the Yee Yee factory. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's a negative. It's a negative that they're attached to each other for me. Because I want nothing to do with that Yee Yee bullshit. I want nothing to do with that Yee Yee bullshit. I don't want nothing to do with it. So if you were to say, gun to your head, which track would you go to? Orlando. Because I just want nothing to do with the Yee Yee bull. I just want to be left alone and go racing. That's it. So Orlando seems to be the track to do that in. And it's closer. January 1st went real well with that mindset. They're still trying to crucify people for that. Did you mean 6? It's not the good old days anymore, right? I'm going to dealership and take a GT350R because I am free as the forefathers meant for me to be. My definition of freedom is being left the fuck alone. That's it. And that costs something. So, let's say I have 5 vehicles. They're all modified. They're all ready to get after. They all make 500 plus horsepower. And the EPA says, okay, you have to pay a tax of $500 a year for each vehicle and limit their mileage to 5,000 miles. And we keep track of that. You got it. Here's $2,500. They leave me alone. Let's say you don't. And you're driving your Yee Yee Camaro down the street with zoomies. And they have a checkpoint. And they pull you over. Is this registered under the blah, blah, blah act? The Flores Act? No. We take it. Now you're being fucked with. In Massachusetts, I had to deal with this shit. In Massachusetts, I had a modified vehicle. And every year, I had to unfuck it to pass state inspection. Once it's passed state inspection, I did whatever the fuck I wanted. And I wasn't bothered. I wasn't fucked with. Nothing. Once that shit got old, I said, I got to get the fuck out of here because my hobby's not going to thrive in a state that's cold 8 months out of the year. Moved here. Don't have to do shit. Ked24 says, I almost got my Fox towed because I was free and didn't register for 2 years, but the cop was cool and gave me a fix-it ticket. I was scared, but I held mine. Freedom isn't free. It takes folks like you and me. And if you want to be free, you better pay that $1.05. And if you know that song, $1.05. And if you don't understand that shit, you're lost. $2,500, bet, sign me up. Just leave me the fuck alone. I remember learning laissez-faire economics. The founders wanted freedom from government interference. Bill of Right for individual freedoms. So beautiful. Huncho, name the high-tier politician that will tell the EPA to stand down. Not even Trump stood for us, right? Like, not even Trump was willing to fight that fight because he knew there's certain fights you can win. And what are the fights that he won? The trade wars. The border war. He won that. The trade war. He put tariffs on China. He got rid of lobbyists. Unfortunately, Kushner went in there, started making deal with Arabs, and that went to shit. But generally, the economy thrived. Gas prices were low. He spent money too. But there were certain fights he wasn't willing to pick because they're not winnable. EPA is one of them. $1.07, exactly. Get some road active auxiliary springs for your truck so it won't squat when you tow with it. They install pretty easily. That's a good deal. Is that Derek Barron's new single? No, Derek Barron's new single is just full of the N-word. Let me see. I'm going to... Let me see. I'm trying to find Derek Barron's new single. Oh, fuck. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. This is it's eerily similar to other songs I've heard before, but Derek Barron's new single sounds really good. Wait. There we go. This is Derek Barron's new single. Sounds eerily similar to other songs I've heard before. Yep. These bitches ain't running. Run shit with y'all now. Cause the first hater step the first hater getting toast. These bitches ain't running. I don't know. It kind of, I mean, his flow's pretty good, but it sounds eerily similar to other songs. Alex, I did so many of the cat inspection swaps on Fox bodies in the 90s. Special, oh no. Oh, he became a member. Oh, Admiral Peck became a member. Special license endorsement you can receive on a skid pad, a yearly EPA tax that goes straight to building CO2 scrubbers would probably end up making the air cleaner. Are you natty, Alex? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't fuck with anything. No SARMs, no D-Bull, nothing. Admiral Peck, plus when we know everyone driving these modified cars can at least someone handle themselves in a slide. Derek's getting after. Good for him, man. You know, you can't hate on him. I just like razzing him a little bit because he can take it. Like, he's not sensitive. He's not one of these sensitive kids, you know? Alex, I've been a member. I didn't know. But you don't like Derek Barron's new single? I like it. I mean, it's pretty good. It sounds similar to others, but let me see. He sounds good. He's got good flow, that Derek does. Oh, good. Pecker's here. I seen him in Joe Steele's motor video comments being the authority on engines. There's a guy on my comments, hates my guts. calls me a child molester because my girlfriend's young. I'm sorry, I can attract a girl in her 20s. And, so when you can attract a girl in her 20s, when you're in your 40s, that is a positive, dude. Okay, if a girl in her 20s, at the prime of her, at the peak of her looks at you and goes, "Yep, absolutely, this," because I ain't no sugar daddy. This guy's attractive. That's only a positive. But again, apparently he hates my body. He hates my calves, which means he loves my body and loves my calves. He hates himself. Can you slide with that motherfucker? Handle a slide. Most motherfuckers look like they've never drove in the snow. This is why Alex is the only channel I have a membership on. I've been a member pretty much since the second stream I ever made. We want to hear YOLO rap. Bro, no. I'm not. I sound very white, which was not a bad thing. But when I somehow got into like really like 2000s 3-6 Mafia rap just nonstop. And I'm like, wow, this is good. Like I heard a whole week of it for some reason. I get on these weird waves. Admiral Peck says, just mail sure she's actually in her 20s. Okay. Peck, I promise you have no info on Joe Steele's needs. Bro, Joe Steele, I don't think gives two shits about anything that happens in the comments. He's one of these calm dudes. He doesn't engage in bullshit. I do. That's what I do for a living. Okay, I make money based on engaging dumb motherfuckers on the internet. They just jealous you can't pull a hottie. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if they saw her, they'd be like, oh, no, they wouldn't be talking about this little kid shit, nothing. You're an attractive man, Alex. Thank you, Ray. Jake Beckwith says, looking to get into a C8 Z06 coming from a 2014 Coyote. What is the biggest differences you've noticed with your ZR1? Number one, it sits really fucking low. Like, you really have to be aware of how low you sit. Getting in and out sometimes can be a problem. Okay? Second, shifter position is optimal. Pedal position is optimal. Seating position is optimal. It is one of the better driving vehicles I've driven in. I've driven in Gen 5 Vipers. Gen 5 Vipers don't drive this good. I've driven in Gen 5 Vipers and they're truck feeling. They're very stiff, not refined. The ZR1 specifically has been super good. Now, I've never driven something that's softer, right? ZR1 is pretty aggressive with this magnetic bullshit and gay shit and really low profile tires and suspension. But I'm sure there's other similar C6 Corvettes that are generally softer, like a Grand Sport or something like that. Torque. The ZR1 makes 600 pound-feet of torque like at 2,500 RPMs, like ASAP. So on the highway, in 6th gear, 70 miles an hour, you floor it and you're going to be going 100 really fast. You don't have to downshift. No downshifting. First gear is extremely long, only on the ZR1. Z06 might have a different gear set, but the ZR1 has like a 231 first and a 345 final drive. So first, you can go 62 or so miles an hour. Second, you can go 80 something miles an hour. Maybe a little higher. Good sound system. The Bose sound system on the Chevys are pretty good. It has an aftermarket radio unit. It's really good. It's really hot. The trans tunnel is extremely hot, but because it's been under 60 degrees the last couple of days, I don't notice it. But in the summertime, holy shit, do you notice it? It's unbelievable. But generally, it's a better driving vehicle than any Coyote. Now, I drove the white car all the way to London Racing 4 hours. That was a comfortable drive. The Corvette, you feel a little stiff after driving in that position for 4 hours or so. I wouldn't daily a Corvette, and I wouldn't long distance drive a Corvette. I would actually daily a Mustang and long distance drive a Mustang before I would a Corvette. But in terms of just a generic driving experience, what has the better driving experience? The Corvette, for sure. Women hit their peak at 16 and 19. Anything after that, no. 25, 26, bro. Hips come in, legs get good, blah, blah, blah. After that, pretty much downhill. Wasn't giving Joe Steele info, was giving some random guy info. Pheasants don't pay because they live free. Alex, if Alex was a trick, I would be disappointed. If Alex was a trick, I would be disappointed. I don't know what it means. A rough trick named Alex. Who they make an old man? Why did they make an old man car so low? It's not that it's an old man car. Why do you think a 630 horsepower? Okay, Ferraris. Why did they make Ferraris so low? Why did they make 4GTs so low? Why did they make Vipers so low? It's not an old man thing. It's a performance and center of gravity thing. Merry Christmas, everyone, says Yusuf. Don't get a vet if you have bad knees. Agreed. If you're tall, watch your head dropping in roof pretty damn low. Alex, don't sound white. You just talk like an educated American speaking English. No, I get that, but when I'm rapping, I sound very white. Super white. Actually, I take that as a compliment. This is why. And I'll tell you guys something that happens when you don't have much of an accent. If I go on this show, right, and I start going, "Hey everybody, how you doing? So, hey man, I know a lot about coyotes. Like, I know a lot. And I want to make sure that you guys learn something from me. You know what I'm saying? First of all, the tuning aspect, you got to understand this stuff and this stuff. And the drive-by-wire is nothing to do with pedal and throttle. It's mostly a torque requester." You're going to go, "Shut up, Beaner." Yeah, that's what you're going to say. But you hear me talk like this, and you're like, all right, he doesn't sound stupid. He doesn't sound like he has a thick accent. Because when a doctor talks to you with an accent, you go, yeah, are you sure you're a doctor? But then when a doctor talks to you with excellent, wonderful English, you go, oh, wow, he really knows what he's talking about. And that's the problem. A lot of people that sound like they know what they're talking about, they don't. Because you got to hear the real nuances and the context of what they're saying and how they're saying. I'm like, you're stupid. So, what happens is when I start talking to white people, they get really comfortable around me. And the N-word starts flying. And I go, hey guys, you realize I'm not, I'm like a quarter, like I'm a mix of a bunch of different things. Oh, because I speak English so well, it disarms them. They think I'm one of them. And it starts flying. And I'm like, huh. So I have unique experiences when it comes to speaking with Americans generally. I'm not saying all of them do. I'm saying a lot of the people that I've hung out with, not hung out with, because then that makes it seem like I'm complicit in the fuckery. But the N-word starts flying. Well, hey, what's up, man? How you doing, man? What's up, man? Yeah, that car's bad. Don't you hate N-words? I'm like, whoa. Like, there's a guy here in the complex. We were, we walk the dogs and the dogs get along or whatever. And he's like, what's up, man? And I'm like, what's up, brother? And he's like, yeah, it's nothing, just another day, man. Just chilling, hanging out. Hey, did you notice there was a bunch of N-words up front yesterday? I go, what the fuck? I go, excuse, no? What? Yeah, they're just all hanging out front doing stupid shit. Just giving you a heads up, man. And I'm like, bet. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? They make a heat shield type of thing for the tunnel on the Z01. I want a C8. I don't care that the ECU is locked. It's just pretty. I agree. It's not an old man car. It's a car that's older and successful people who have money can buy. Agreed. 11-second eclipse. I wish you would do a whole show like that once. Is that what Brian Luna is successful? Yeah. Look, if Brian Luna, right? Let's say. Actually, that's a very good example. Brian Luna is well-spoken. And this is what happens with people. I see a lot of parallels between me and Brian Luna. Brian Luna is successful. Brian Luna is well-spoken. I don't know that he's got higher education. I just think he's generally smart. And I think that comes across with his language. How many times you think Brian Luna, growing up with that accent, was called gay? Oh, you sound gay. Why? Because I speak English well? Because I enunciate? Because I spell words correctly? I say words correctly? I enunciate everything properly? Yeah, you sound like a fucking homo. And it's usually from loser ass bums that are a little jealous or self-conscious of the fact that you really sound what the hell you know what you're talking about. So how many times have I had to knuckle up with a motherfucker because he thinks he can just say, oh, you sound like a homo. I'm like, all right, let me see. You want to see if I punch like a homo? And all of a sudden that changes. So I had to defend myself. So guys that talk ghetto, hood, this and that, they think that thwarts off people because they sound tough. But people like me and Brian know you're just a punk bitch that puts on a front to sound tough, but you ain't tough. So I can go out of my way and talk real ghetto and say the N-word and this and this and that just to be real, but I don't, because this is who I am. And if you know, oh, you sound like a homo. Why? Because I speak English well? I speak English better than most white people. And that has actually been a negative, especially in my community growing up. I guarantee another Hispanic watches my show right now and goes, "Man, this guy's a fucking homo. He's gay. Shut up. You sound stupid." Okay. And then you meet me in person and you shake my hand and you're like, "Oh shit, this motherfucking pie fucked me up." Every time. So it's actually a negative to be well, to speak English well. If they can't explain it simply, they don't understand it. Einstein, 100%. Starts flying. Dumb question here, Alex says, Boomer85. I have an 86 GT and I want to add power with HCI. The problem is a speed density car. Should I go carb route or convert it to mass air? I would convert it to mass air, honestly. You can get an A9L computer and you can use tweaker software to do some tuning with it. You can tune there's a 0 to 5 volt signal coming from the EGR, I think. You might be able to use that for, I forget what exactly. Not spark, not idle air. I forget. But if I were you and you want to do trick flow heads, let's say a trick flow top end package on an 86, remember you got flat top pistons. Remember, 86 does not have notches on the pistons. They don't have valve reliefs. So be careful. You were either going to have to make some valve reliefs on the piston or not put a cam in it and just do just do heads and an intake. Or a very, very soft ass cam. Okay? Remember that. They don't have 86 Mustangs. 85s do, 87s do, 86 don't. So if you want to do that, the valve relief issue, I would convert it to mass air, A9L computer, maybe get an FRPP or a CNL 90mm housing that has a little tube done for the stock injectors. If you're going to stay on pump gas, if you're going to up the injectors, you got to get the right tube. Or you tune it with tweaker software, and I think it'll do really well. You probably make close to 300 real horsepower, and that's really fun on a Fox. Alex, when someone says the N-word, hey, excuse me, you can't say that word. You're not black. I kind of just go, you're one of those guys. And you know who says the N-word the most? Like Mexican dudes. And I'm like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? No, I don't say that shit. And I don't hang out with people that say that shit. I've literally dumped people from my life that think they can just pop off with that word like if it's normal and cool. Nah, that tells me where your mind is at. That tells me that your mindset is super jacked up. If you start popping off and say the N-word all the time, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Maybe I know you from afar, but I don't want to like associate with you. C8 not front engine rear-wheel drive car is not a true vet. C8 not front engine rear-wheel drive car is not a true vet. Hatch, just shut up. You know a Corvette is whatever Corvette says it is. Corvette is whatever a Corvette says it is, not what you say it is. That kid revving at the Veloster in the Corvette, dude. And people said, well, you revved your car afterwards 4 times. He revved it. Guys, in the video, that was like 8 of his revs. He revved it for 2 or 3 minutes straight. You sound proper. I have the same issue, especially being from the country. Just seeing the Borla attack insult. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm out, says Ked24. Merry Christmas, Ked24. Nickel Bellic says, I can't stand the clowns that go out of their way to talk type online ghetto. Yo, I was just raised like that. So, excuse me, I don't mean no disrespect or nothing, but that's just how I was raised and I just can't help it. Shut up. Yes, you can. You mean you can't not say the N-word? Really? Stop it. Incognito Films. Alex, I keep hearing CJ isn't worth it without cams on a Gen 3. True. Don't want to waste money on something that ain't going to help a little. True. Very true. I'd port your 18 manifold and just ride out like that if you want to do it. He's got your 86 notch. Thanks, Alex. Boomers85 says, you're completely right on the pronunciation. When I moved down to Miami a few years ago, it was the same thing. I didn't fit in anywhere except sports because I didn't talk like other kids here. So in Miami, they have this thing called a very Cuban Miami accent. And just think of a stupid Hispanic and sound like him. That's Miami. Yo, man, what's going on, man? And it's almost Mexican and Cuban at the same time. And if you go, hey, man, what's up? How you doing, brother? Do you have yesterday's homework? What'd you get for number 2? They go, oh, look at you, fucking pendejo, you white motherfucker. You stupid. You sound fucking bad, pendejo. We'll kick your ass. Bro, I've dealt with that shit my whole life. I wanted to become a member today, but since I'm in a different country, YouTube is asking me for information I don't have, so I can't pull up my billing info. Hey, Ruben, no problem. Do what you can. It helps this channel become a member because it's a monthly note regardless, and anything else is additional. But the biggest nut I get from YouTube is the monthly memberships. Like if I wanted to do a Patreon and I wanted to do Twitch and I wanted to do Rumble, I could probably triple my income. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. When you start diluting your product like that, you lose something. I've seen guys that go to Patreon and they go to Rumble and they go to this and then their product gets diluted. The videos are gonna be on YouTube, period. This is where you're gonna get me. If I have a thought, it comes here first and I link to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook to this channel because it is not a diluted channel. A lot of people that use Patreon and stuff and they do exclusive content, it's not as good as what you put out there for free. So might as well just put it out there for free. Merry Christmas, Brian Brown. Merry Christmas, Mario. Yippee-ki-yay. Yes, Nakatomi Plaza is about to get held down. Hat says, might as well make the vet all-wheel drive them since trying to be a Lambo now. What is wrong with this guy? Why do you hate progression? If a Mustang is all-wheel drive, let's say the next Mustang, the S750, is all-wheel drive. Is it a Mustang? Yes, it's a Mustang. It's whatever Ford says a Mustang is. Keith in the chat, badass. Yeah, Keith's good people. You must be late. I get called nerd all the time. Former mechanic turned IT professional turned tuner. I get all the hate and I'm from the freaking hood. I am from the freaking hood of all hoods. Maybe you don't think so. Holyoke, Massachusetts between 1984 and 1999 was a fucking war zone. There was Latin King, solids. There was, you name it. There was drugs, cocaine, heroin, all over the fucking place. And I somehow got out of there alive. And you know what? You know why the drug dealers left me the fuck alone and the gang members? Because I was always racing. And they're like, yo, that's the guy with the Mustang. He don't fuck with nobody. And I'd go racing at Bernie Ave and they'd probably bet on me. They didn't fuck with me. They were fans. So I just left people alone. People left me alone. I'm physically incapable of not saying the N-word. Yeah, okay. How do you feel about Camaro being discontinued? I feel like they finally had something good going. The Camaro was its best version of itself before it went away. In my opinion, it has to do with Chevy being tied directly to government bullshit. Chevy probably could have done a better job with the Camaro if the government stayed out of that situation. They finally got a LT 10-speed Camaro with cubic inches, lightweight, running well. And that's when it got discontinued. Crazy. Ruben Hall, get a VPN. Best is NordVPN. You get picked from all sides, to ethnic to be white, to white to be ethnic. Right. Puerto Ricans think I'm white. Whites think I'm trying to be them. And I'm like, bro, you can't win. So what was I attracted to most of my life? American girls. Because Puerto Rican dumbasses were watching Sábado Gigante and listened to Selena records when I was growing up. And I'm like, this is whack shit. So white girls were doing the shit I liked. But they're like, you know, you're like a token. We like to fuck with you because you're poor, because you're different. And I'm like, man, this sucks. I'm working in Kuwait, so I use it. Install headers or pay for install Gen 2. Oof. It's going to take you at least 8 hours on the ground. You got to take the motor mounts off. You got to support the motor, take the motor mounts off. It's a lot of work. And you need all the swivel wrenches on the planet. If you can swing it, I would pay for someone to put them on. Donnie DeVille says, Merry Christmas, Alex. Kaz Michael says, but the Mustang Mach-E, I don't know. It's whatever Ford said it was. The Mustang Mach-E was a Mustang. Time to shovel the driveway and take the sled out for a rip. Fresh 6 inches of snow last night. Guy probably owns a Pontiac Sunfire. I thought the C6 was badass because they refused to go rear engine when every other... Oh my gosh, shut up. Just got my parts farm package. Shout out to them. Thank you for the hookup. Fast shipping. Yes, YDBT for life at checkout. You get a discount code. Is it worth getting a dedicated race tune for race gas until I get my fuel system upgraded for 85? If so, what's the best octane? Boosted Gen 3 ID 1050X BAT. MS109, Sunoco 260 GT. Q16 maybe? I think it's Q16 because it's oxygenated fuel. Hatches, man, he still got LT4 in his C4. Living near the ocean is a little better, less snow here. The C7 as well won Le Mans and was still front engine. Oh my God, he doesn't shut up. I grew up in the hood. Even after we moved out of the hood, we'd still visit the family. Lived in the hood when I came around talking proper. Everyone talked proper back to me, so it can be done. I'm black, and I rarely say the N-word unless I'm singing along to a song. Same here. Do I need a ZT2 wideband to get a Gen 2 control pack? Nope. The control pack front two sensors are widebands. Merry Christmas, Alex. Late checking in. Peasant, catch you on the replay. Yes, sir. Summer 2023, you can order a new 24 Corvette E-Ray that'll be hybrid with electric up front and V8 in the back. Dexter says, I feel you 100% in the military. Always got your white black guy. And I had to let them know, one, I'm from the country, and two, not all black people are from the hood and carry themselves that way. Gen 2 headers with jack stands is wild. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. I was able to get it done in about 4 hours. It's a lot of work. And okay, real quick, guys. For those shitheads out there that kept saying that my girlfriend should get me ratchet wrenches to take the headers out of the GT500, they don't fit. The box end on the ratchet wrench does not fit because the bolt is that tight up against the header primary, where you have to go open end and then twist it, and like you can't wrap the whole bolt around the box end of the wrench. So stop it watching that video going, get the box wrenches, get yourself some ratchet wrenches, Alex. The fuck, you don't think I didn't know that? I have like 6 sets of ratchet wrenches, none of them fit. They had mid-engine Corvettes prototype for 40 to 50 years. Land Rover guys were the same way about the Range Rover Evoque. That's not a real Range Rover. You know, a real Corvette has front engine rear-wheel drive. What do you drive? Alex, do you plan on messing with the AC on the GT500 when you have it torn apart? Coyote Kelly, no, and this is why. All of the HVAC stuff is missing out of the car. They took the dash off and took out all of the HVAC system. So now the car has a 10-point TIG Vision roll cage. Do you think I want to tear all that bitch down just to put AC in it? If I keep the car long term, maybe. The Mach-E looks better than the Dark Horse. Abdullah Alkia Bade. All the people saying it's not a real Corvette can't afford it anyway, so their opinion doesn't matter. Merry Christmas. How's the family? Zora Arcus Dunta wanted the Vet to be mid-engine somewhere around C1 or C2 days. I was on the fence when the C8 came out, but it's an American sports car now. We fit in. Guys, you can make fun of the C8 Corvette all you want. There was a guy that had the balls and nerve to say that a Mustang is better than a C8 Z06 because the GT500 barely beat it. Remember, it is a naturally aspirated V8 in a lighter car up against a 700 plus horsepower Mustang with a DCT. And I bet you that car was modded. And it stayed door to door up until about 5th gear. Then the Mustang walked out. Hey, Mustang owner that posted that. You want to do that shit from a dig on the street? Listen. Come on, get closer, Mustang guy. Hey, 2020 GT500 owner, come here. When you see a Z06 at the light and he's up on the launch control, take a right turn. Take a right turn. He's gonna dust your shit on the street, light to light. Dust your shit. So if you're saying that the Mustang is better than a C8 Z06 because you barely beat it from a roll, let's say I'll give you that. Race it from a dig. I bet you won't. I like the Z. Look, I love the Borla on the ZR1. It's perfect. People who never done headers on a GT500 won't understand. They'll never understand. Do you think, Alex, some of the low views on your videos are due to holidays and people working? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. After watching the Twitter files, there is an algorithm and a de-escalate or a de. I think that auto tags show up on videos where there's a lot of swear words, and my videos are never going to be videos that are going to be 10,000 to 20,000 views, or 20 to 30, 40,000 views. No, I think my video is going to be relatively low, But where the money is made is on the length of, because you guys watch for a very long time. If my videos are 23 minutes, you watch 17 minutes. If Cletus's videos are 10 minutes, you guys watch 6. So you guys watch my videos long. You guys are members of the channel, and that's how I can make money on the channel. So the low viewer count is due to the fact that I swear, and algorithmically, YouTube can't share that to a lot of advertisers. They can't. You could take Cletus's channel, give it to a child, and go, here you go, watch some guy do dumb shit, and the kid's gonna go, oh! That's what YouTube likes. YouTube loves safe, soft, vanilla stuff. Because they can have everybody advertise on it. But when the real motherfuckers start talking all that shit, you can't give this to the kid. And they say the AI picks up all these swear words and goes, let's throttle it back a little bit. Also called shadow banning. My GT500 has no traction on the street. I want to see some C8 Z06 130 draggy time stock to modded. I don't think that's going to happen. Did you see the C8 Z06 versus 4GT? Almost kept up with the 4GT since it was carbon fiber 650 to 150. Yes. The Throttle House video racing a 4GT versus a C8 Corvette Z06. And the C8 Z06 kept up right with it up until the end. Show me that with the GT500. The same GT500 owner that posted that car, beating it on a roll and talking all that shit. I'd love to see what would happen if you run it from a dig. So this is a 650 plus horsepower 4GT carbon fiber edition versus a C8 Z06 in a quarter mile. Compliments of Throttle House.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Traction, and I'm off. Oh, he got their launch.
Oh, come on. Come on.
And now I'm taking him.
Oh, no, he's got me in the top end.
4GT, $500,000, now $1 million.
1.5 cars. 1.5 cars. $650,000 car versus a C8 Z06. GT500 owners, do that. Do it on the street. Do it on the street. GT500 owners, talk that shit then. Post it on Mustang Clubs of Forever and Instagram. Let's go post that. Bet you won't. Got VPN on my phone, finally did it. I will go back and watch all their streams daily. Thank you, appreciate that. What color is your Corvette? Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome, Ruben. I wish I could make the members only chats, but I work all week just to be peasant on Sundays. Alex, your C6 sounds way better. I love how my C6 sounds. It sounds amazing. Actually, Homegirl sent me some video. Let me see if I could have it, because she's great, man. My girlfriend's been like literally the best thing that's happened to me in a while. She just helps with everything. She sent me Dropbox links. Let me see. Of the car approaching. No, she didn't send them yet. I'll have her send them. Maybe I'll post them as shorts or something. Are you there, babe? No, she's not there. She's at her house. So let me hit her up and I'll have her send me the videos. The other videos you have of Corvette on Dropbox. And it's just me approaching from the other side. Dude, it sounds so good. But Alex, that 4GT has V6 power. It does. It sucks. Only reason I don't have a C7 Z06 is I hate working on vets. I work on my... Stop it! Stop it! Hatch! Stop! Stop saying that the only reason you don't have a C7 Z06 is because you hate working on Corvettes. I worked on my Corvette. I took the blower off of my C6. I changed the exhaust on my C6. It ain't that hard. They're actually easy to work on. Stop it, please. Yes, I did Ultimate. A couple weeks ago, I posted it up. There's no way that race should have been that close. Props to the C8. Props to the C8 is Right. C8 Z06 is badass. I'll do it. Any C8 Z06 owner in South Jersey, you're going to get smoked in the fucking quarter mile. Chop Chop C601. But Alex, the C8Z won't be anywhere near the Cobra Jet. You broke. Stop the cap. Right. Capping ass motherfucker. Like, he's out there saying some shit like, oh, well, you know, the only reason I don't have a C8 Z06 is because I hate working on Corvettes. Bro, shut up. I love you. Shut up. Stop it. The bullshit. Cap alert. Sombrero cap. Shit. Hatch with the reverse snobbery. Regardless of my opinion, the name, I can't say C8 isn't fast. I'm not stupid. No, the fact that you said you didn't buy a Corvette because you can't work on them, that was a stupid thing. It's like you can't spell and then blame autocorrect, right? Now I've heard all the excuses. About a C7 Z06 came into my work and it was fairly easy to work on and learn. They're so easy to work on. I dare you do a header job. A header job on a Mustang is a fucking nightmare. Just wait till you have to pull the rear cradle. Oh, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. The clutch. Yes, the torque tube and clutch is going to be a fucking problem. I'll take it to a shop to do that. The only reason I don't have a C6 Z06 is because I'm broke. Alex, what do you think about the 6.8 liter Mustang? James Williams says, I want a C6 Vet, but after doing the cam swap on one, I won't ever do that job again. Well, never say never. I want a C6 Vet. Got to pull the rack and pinion to get the balancer off the engine. Yes, I heard that. Hatch can't afford a jack low enough to get under the Corvette. Corvette engines are way easier to work on than any dual overhead cam Mustang. Merry Christmas, my handsome friend. Didn't say C8Z. The only reason I don't have an Aventador SVJ is because I can't work on it. Laughing my ass off. GT500 header nightmare. I'm out of here, guys. Great peasant chat, low, but I understand it is Christmas, guys. I really hope you guys have a good Christmas today. I'm gonna be off all week, but I'm gonna give you video after video after video. I got the AED carburetor in. I'm gonna do 60 to 130 on the white car. See if the fuel system's keeping up. I want to get you guys as much content as possible. Traction is going to be an issue because it's cold out there and the car's making good power. So I might have to get some drag radials for the white car and test it properly. I have to clearance the notch for the big tires because it's rubbing on the inside. So it'll be hammer time on that situation. So I'm going to try to get you as much content as I humanly can or humanly possible. I got to change the plugs on the Corvette after the 60 to 130 pull on it. Started doing this weird hesitation. So I'm thinking it needs plugs. Got race gas in it. And we'll see if we can get the C6 ZR1 into the 670, 660 range, 60 to 130, and we'll see if we can do sub 650 on the white car, and then we'll see what Keith Ray finds with the motor. Talk to Ben Calamar about the trans. A lot of stuff coming up pretty soon. All right, guys, thank you very much again. Always being a member is what helps me the most. It costs as little as $5 a month, so if you want to do that, great. If not, you can donate or just watch the video, and that's the best way to support this small channel that gives you the most Coyote Ford content, period, on the internet. No one's even close. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas. See you guys on Tuesday for Talking Shit, 8 p.m. and subscriber only mode always active. See you guys later. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Bye. Ooh-wee.